So in this video I'm going to show you 3 ways in which you can connect your bass guitar to a pair of studio headphones, and I'd stick around for number 3 because it uses one of my favourite new gadgets that I bought just this year. It'll allow you to play your bass guitar anywhere you want, in the street, up a mountain, or literally anywhere. So stick around for that one. So first things first, let's clear one thing up. Can you plug your headphones just straight into the bass guitar? Well, the simple answer is no. Now I can understand why you may think you might be able to. Most studio headphones, such as these, my trusty Beyerdynamic studio headphones, come with an adapter which will transform any normal headphone jack into one that looks very similar, if you look at that, to a bass guitar cable or a guitar cable. So you may think, oh, I could just plug that in, and you can. So it's hard to demonstrate that on camera, but I could actually hear a very faint signal coming through, and that's because I've got an active bass which has got a battery in it. So that does actually amplify the signal, but it's very quiet and it's not really going to be what you want if you want to listen to a proper bass sound, the proper tone of your bass. So it is kind of technically possible just to plug your headphones in, but you're really going to need a way to amplify that signal to get it to sound good. So here are the ways you can do that, starting with number 1. So the first method, and one you may have thought of already if you have an amplifier, is to use the headphone out slot on your amplifier. Now, this may be obvious. Sometimes it's on the front marked as phones or headphones. It's usually a 1/4" jack, so if you just have normal headphones, then you can get an adapter. I'll put a link to that up here in the corner. It's basically can transform any pair of normal headphones, whether that's just standard ones you get with a phone or something like that. They'll give you an adapter that will allow you to plug into the 1/4" jack on a amp. So that is probably the most straightforward way to do it. If you don't see an immediately obvious headphone slot on your amp, it may be round the back. It's worth checking. It may just say line out or something like that. Give that a try. That's probably the easiest way. If you don't mind being attached by a cable to your amplifier, you can get plugged in and start playing straight away with the tones from your amp. Method number 2 is to use an audio interface to connect to a laptop or computer. You can get audio interfaces now for very cheap. This one here, for instance, from Native Instruments, costs like $50 or less, and it's really portable, really affordable. What this does is it has line inputs and a built-in preamp, which means it'll amplify the signal so you can hear it. You can see there that there's an XLR on this very simple audio interface. There's one XLR input which is for microphones, so not for your bass guitar, but you're looking at the line in there, which is your standard 1/4" jack, same as you would get on an amplifier. So plug in there, plug this into your laptop via the USB, it'll come with it, and then you'll want some simple software. There's plenty of free things that you can use out there. I would really recommend Guitar Rig. It's not the cheapest, but it has some great sounds, and it'll allow you to kind of pick various different amplifiers, bass amplifiers, change the tone in there, and allow you to play what sounds like a real amp through your headphones, through the audio interface. So I'd really recommend it, definitely worth the money. You can use it for guitar, for bass. You can even use it for other things in music production. It has some really cool sounds, so check that out. Final one of the 3 techniques you can use to plug headphones into your bass guitar, and that is my favorite of all, and the one I promised you at the start. It is using this gadget, which is a Vox Amplug AC30 headphone amplifier. And this amazing little piece of kit costs under $50. It cost me £35 just a few months ago in the UK. And it's just this tiny little battery powered amplifier. It takes 2 AA batteries and it plugs in via a 1/4" jack like that, just your standard cable type output that you plug straight into your bass guitar. Any bass guitar will have that connection, and yeah, it runs off batteries. on it, you've got various settings built in. You've got a volume, tone control. You can, there's even a rhythm track which you control the volume of. There's a little drum track that you can change to various rhythms, which is really cool. Then on the side, you've got the headphones, which is just a standard 3.5 millimeter jack that you would use. Any type of standard headphones that you might get free with your phone or anything. You'll be very familiar with that type of connection. So that's really handy. You don't need specific studio headphone connectors or a 1/4 inch jack adapter. You can just use any headphones with it. And really cool as well, it has an aux out on it, which allows you to record what's coming out of it if you want to. But I find it most useful if you want to go to a friend's house for a jam, for instance, and you don't want to lug a massive bass amp with you, then you can take this little thing with you and you can plug it into any pair of speakers they might have. I'm sure the majority of people have computer speakers or any other speakers that just have a standard connection. Plug that into the aux. This will amplify the signal. It'll come out of the speakers and it'll be like you've got an amp there. And the sound quality from this is fantastic for such a small thing. It's obviously not going to be studio quality, and you probably wouldn't use it on any recordings, but just for practicing or for messing around, it's really fun. And yeah, like I said at the start, you can take it with you anywhere. I've messed around playing bass in the garden. You can play literally anywhere because all you need is this and your headphones. You don't need any plug to plug in. You don't need to plug into the wall. It's all powered by battery, so you can take it anywhere with you. Take it on a walk, go up a mountain, do whatever you want. So I hope you found those tips useful. If you like this video, please do give it a like and do subscribe to the channel for many more videos with tips and tricks for recording and playing music at home.